Hey guys, it's Brett. I'm here with a Lavender Speckles haul. It's just a small haul. I did a order in her January pre-order, I believe it was, in the early part of January. And I got this order just at the end of January, but I've had it for a while, for almost a week, but I'm just now getting around to doing a video. So it shipped out pretty quick. She was able to ship these out really quick on this pre-order. So I thought, let me jump on that, because that's really cool when you can get it like 1 month. Usually it takes a couple of months, but it only took her 1 month. So she had a sampler in this pre-order that I really wanted to try, because I was in the Facebook group and it sounded really good. It sounded like scents I would really like, so I wanted to try it out. It's her roasted pine cones sampler. And then I got one other scent besides that, but that was it in this order. So I've already opened the box. It came in this little box here, had this paper, purple tissue paper in it. And then the bags were in this like brown, kind of like brown Easter grass. It's like a little Easter box or something with a little Easter goodies inside or something like that. I forget what that's called. It's just shredded paper, I think. But this brown paper, and then that was sitting in there. Then inside, she's got your invoice right here. It's got what you ordered on there, and it has the warm dates. Warm after January 31st, 2024. So they all should be good to go. I have heard some people say that they let them cure for a few months, or a few weeks at least. So we'll see what happens, but she says it's good to go. And then she orders, or she includes, not orders, a little thank you card here. Thank you for your order. And then her business card right here. Beth Wilson is the owner. Her Lavender Speckles. And so let's get started here. First up, I'm going to include her sample. So she sent me a sample of Cozy Barbershop. So I actually have this. I got this in my last pre-order I ordered with her, and I really liked it. So I'm not upset to get a sample of more of it because I really enjoyed it. I got a small bag the last time, and I believe, I don't remember the exact notes, but I think it's Marshmallow Fireside and Barbershop, which Barbershop has kind of a, yeah, it's really good. It's almost got a little bit of like aftershave, more like shaving cream. Like shaving cream mixed with like Marshmallow Fireside is what this smells like. But it's really good. I really like it. So I'm glad to have another little sample for that. And then let's go, what do I want to do? The sampler or the other one I got? Well, let's start with the one I got that's not the sampler. It is Pinecones and Spice. So when I ordered the roasted pinecone sampler, I was on the Facebook group, and Charity Rose here on YouTube, she had recommended this, and it sounded really good. She said it was really good, so I took her advice and I picked this up. So the notes on Pinecones and Spice are roasted pine cones blended with cinnamon buns and creamy frosting, a touch of pumpkin pie spice. So let's open it up and see. And this is a small bag, I think, and it's got six wax melts, different shapes, like a star and circle and things like that, little bunts, kind of, if you will. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so that's good. I definitely get the pumpkin spice, and I do get like a roasted. It's like an earthy, woodsy pine cones and pumpkin spice. Exactly kind of what it says. Yeah, that's really good. So it's kind of giving me a little bit of vibes, and I think I heard somebody say this. It reminds me of cinnamon pine cones from Scentsy. It's got a little bit of that in there because it's probably the pine cones. So roasted pine cones, yes. You get that earthy pine cone kind of a smell. And then cinnamon buns, creamy frosting, pumpkin pie spice. Yeah, you get cinnamon, little cinnamon. It's probably the cinnamon and the pine cones reminding me of cinnamon pine cones. And then a little pumpkin pie spice. I don't get a lot of pumpkin, but there's a little pumpkin spice in there. Yeah. It's really nice. It really is similar to cinnamon pine cones. If you like cinnamon pine cones from Scentsy, I think you'd like this. It's definitely similar to that. Not exactly, but it's similar. With maybe just a little touch of the pumpkin pie spice. That's really nice. I like that. It's really good. I'm excited to try that. I don't know if I'm going to want to try that right now, though, because I'm kind of transitioning away from those type of scents, even though there are a few other scents that I haven't tried that are kind of like winter, not fall, more winter related. They're kind of spicy, cozy and spicy, like Cozy Fireside. I have not warmed that this year from Scentsy, and I want to warm that yet. But I've been waiting for really cold weather, and I'm not complaining. We've had really mild weather. I mean, I'm loving it. It doesn't feel like February here. It feels like March, maybe even up to April. It's like 62 today was the high. It's been in the close to 60 like all the past week. It's going to be 64 tomorrow, I think, and then 62 Friday. It's a little bit cooler next week, but not real cold. Not like February. It's like in the 50s still, 40s, upper 40s, 50s, close to 60. I'll take it, but I'm just saying I was waiting for it to get a little cold. I don't really want it to get cold though, so it's kind of like a bittersweet thing. I want to warm like Cozy Fireside when it's like really cold outside, but yet at the same time I don't want it to get cold because I like the warmer weather. So I may just have to throw up my warmers anyway. Anyway, I digress, but I'm not sure if I'll warm this yet or just wait. I might just let it cure and warm it this fall and winter. All right, so now, but I probably won't be able to wait. I'll have to try it a little bit though. But you know, it'd probably get better the more it cures. Now we have her roasted pine cone sampler. So she has it in this bag here. Really pretty bag. It's almost like a kind of a greenish color. You can see this top is green, and it's like a light. I don't know what kind of green that is. What kind of green is that? Like a, not really sage, just like a, I don't know what color green that is, but it's pretty. So they're all in this bag here. So let me open the bag. It's almost like a avocado green. So it smells really good. So I'm just gonna grab the bag and just grab it in here and start reading. So they are little bags and they have like 3. So it's like half focus. There we go. It's like half the size of a regular bag here because it has 6, this has 3. So those are small bags, so maybe this is like a mini bag. It's a sampler, so the sampler has 3 in it. So, oh my gosh. Are the notes on here? It's super small. I don't think the notes are on here. I thought the notes were on these samplers. She has Bible verses on here, and that's all I see on here. One second here. Let me check this out. Okay. Some of the other ones have notes, but this roasted pine cones doesn't for some reason. I don't know. I'll just smell them. It doesn't say any notes. Okay, so that's definitely got pine. This one, I really pick up the pine cones, definitely for sure. This one's a little more really strong on the pine cones. The pine cone, what was the other one? Pine cones and, I can't remember the name, I just said pine cones and spice. That had, the spice kind of calmed down that pine scent of the pine cones. This is more, I get pine like almost like a Christmas tree type of pine in this one. I'm getting a little Christmas tree vibes with this pine cone, roasted pine cones. Yeah, this one definitely think I would want to do more in the winter time, even though it is winter right now. But I mean, maybe before Christmas, around Christmas. But it's not overly Christmas though. It probably could be any time. It's definitely a cooler, colder weather type of scent though. You definitely get more of a pine note in there, but it's not straight up Christmas tree pine. There's a roasty, toasty kind of goodness to it. I like it though, so it's just a little bit more piney than it was in the Pinecones and Spice. The pine note kind of came out more. So I also think I have a sampler in the bag here. She included another, oopsie, dropped one. Another sample in this bag here. It's Bourbon Pinecones is a sample here. And this one. Goodness sakes, little bitty writing. French bourbon blended with roasted pine cones. Oh, I think that's French bourbon. Probably should go get my readers. Okay, so that's nice. I do get like a bourbon note. Yeah, you get a little bit of a boozy bourbon with like that pine cones. But again, it just, like the pine cones of spice that tones down that pines. The roasted pine cones definitely had a stronger pine. This is not as strong a pine as that one was. You get bourbon and then like a subtle pine cone. Yeah, that's pretty good. So there's that one. And next up we have, let me grab the one I dropped real quick. Oh, goodness. Okay, this one is Masala Chai and Cinnamon Pine Cones. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'm not familiar with that chai. Masala Chai. So this one is Nutty and Spicy Masala Chai, freshly baked cinnamon buns and roasted pine cones. Ooh, yeah, you get the chai. You do get chai in here for sure. I'm really picking up on the chai. I just get a little bit of the pine cones in the background, but not as much as the other ones I've had so far. This is probably the least strong on the pine cones. Nutty and spicy chai, freshly baked cinnamon buns. I can get that little bit of cinnamon buns in there, little cinnamon, and then the roasted pine cones. It's really light on that pine cones, but I'm fine with it. It's really good though. It's in there a little bit. That's good. I like that one. That's nice. Next up is Lavender Pine Cones. And this one reads, Sweet lavender, roasted pine cones, and marshmallows, vanilla, sea salt, driftwood, a hint of s'mores. Our version of BBW Beach Night. So we have a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, so I got the lavender. I pick up that lavender for sure. Sweet lavender, yes. Roasted pine cone. I'm not really picking up the roasted pine cones in this one hardly at all. No, not. I don't like that last one. What was the roasted or the Marcella chai and cinnamon pine cones? It was pretty light, but it was in there. This one, yeah, it's barely there. Marshmallows, yeah, a little bit. Vanilla, a little bit. Sea salt, driftwood. Okay, maybe a little bit, and a hint of s'mores. I mean, kind of maybe because of the marshmallow, maybe kind of a little bit of woodsy driftwood, and then the pine cones. But it's just, even though that's not really there, I'm getting a touch of maybe the driftwood. Maybe driftwood more than the pine cones. Yeah, but it is kind of beach nighty, kind of. It's really good, really pretty. I do like this one. It's nice. But I'm not really getting much pine cones in this one. But I do like it though, it's nice. Okay, next up is pine cones and spice and sugar cookie. Pine cones and spice plus sugar cookie. Okay, this one is roasted pine cones blended with cinnamon buns and creamy frosting, a touch of pumpkin pie spice, and now sugar cookies for a hint of sweetness. So this is almost like the pine cones and spice, I believe. except there's sugar cookies added to it. Okay, sorry about that. I got a phone call. I had to take that real quick. So, like I was saying, it's like Pinecones and spice and sugar cookie because it is. It says Pinecones and spice plus sugar cookie, so it's the Pinecones and spice that I got plus sugar cookie. Exactly what it says. So we'll see what it's like with the added sugar cookie. That's really good. It's good. It's just like that, a spicy. You get that pine cones in there, and you get a little bit of sugar cookie, like bakery-ness with it. A little pumpkin spice. Yeah, that's nice. That was a good one too. Okay. Let's see. Next up is salty butterscotch pine cones. Right here. And this is yummy butterscotch, BBW salted butterscotch type, blended with roasted pine cones. So we just have basically roasted pine cones and butterscotch. So, gosh, it's weird how when you have other stuff, it really tones down those pine cones. And that one, that pine cone was so prominent, but the other ones, it calms it down. Okay, I'm smelling it more now. The more I smell it, the more the pine cones is coming out. As soon as I said it tones it down, it said, I'm gonna fill you. Because it really just all of a sudden came out. The second time I smelled it, I really got the pine cones. Yeah, now I'm really getting the pine cones all of a sudden. That first smell, I got butterscotch, and now the more I smell it, I'm getting pine cones more. See, now I get butterscotch when I smell it like this. But in the bag right now, ooh, I get the pine cones. It's almost as strong as just the plain roasted pine cones, like that real strong pine in there. That should be interesting to see how much that butterscotch comes out with the pine cones on that one. And next up we have Palo Peppermint pine cones. And this is Palo, Peppermint, and pine cones. Oh my. Creamy Palo Santo and roasted pine cones with just a touch of peppermint. Oh yeah. A little more than a touch of peppermint. I get a lot of peppermint in this one. But I like peppermint, so I'm fine with that. Oh yeah, it's nasal clearing peppermint kinda. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting mostly peppermint. So, okay. Palo? I don't know. Am I getting any kind of wood or anything? Woodsy Palo? Maybe just, it's way under there if it's in there. Peppermint and pine cones. Palo Santo roasted pine cones, touch of peppermint. I feel like it's mostly peppermint with a touch of Palo Santo and a touch of roasted pine cones. It is in there, but it's underneath that peppermint, I feel. That peppermint's really coming through with me. Predominantly in this one. But like I said, I like, whoa gosh, it slid off the table. I like peppermint, so that's okay with me. Next up is cake and pine cones. And this one is strawberry pound cake, vanilla buttercream, and pine cones. That's good. So I do get strawberry. You get that strawberry and a little bit like that pound cake. A little bakery in there. And an undertone of that pine cones. That's really nice. I like that blend. That's a good mixture. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about that. But I think I like it. I think I like it. I'm feeling that. I think I'm in the mood for strawberry since I'm getting to spring and summer and I want strawberry, so that might hit the spot. Next up, another strawberry. We got strawberry musk and pine cones. And this one is the famous strawberry musk. Strawberry pound cake and icy vanilla woods blended with roasted pine cones. So, strawberry pound cake, vanilla woods, and roasted pine cones. This smells like something else I've had. I think in my last order of hers, it reminds me of one of the other ones I've had. But I can't remember what it is. strawberry pound cake. A little bit of strawberry, not as much strawberry as the one in the other strawberry. Where I think that's the one I dropped on the floor. The last one I had that strawberry, that one had more strawberry. This is in here, I really get that icy vanilla woods. Yeah, definitely the icy vanilla woods. And roasted pine cones. Yeah, that's in there, but it's strong on the icy vanilla woods. Kind of reminds me of, what's the candle from Bath & Body Works? Is it iced vanilla woods? Is that what it was called? I used to love that one. I think that's what it was called. Kind of reminds me of that. That's good. I like it though. Don't get much strawberry or musk. Maybe just a little bit in there, but I really get the iced vanilla woods. Okay. Next up is Dreamy Pine Cones. And this is Dreamy Marshmallow Clouds, BBW type, blended with roasted pine cones. So, was Dreamy Marshmallow Clouds Bath & Body Works? Was it a candle? Well, I'm thinking that was body care. Was that body care? I don't remember the candle, but I'm thinking it was in body care. Maybe. Oh, I got something in my eye. I think a piece of wax got in my eye. Oh, that's interesting. So, marshmallow, yes, and roasted pine cones. I kind of like that. It's just the pine cones with like a creamy marshmallow in there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That one's nice as well. And next up we have honey spice pine cones. This is sweet honey pears with a touch of spice blended with roasted pine cones. So honey pears and spice with roasted pine cones. Yeah, you do get the pears and the honey. Ooh gosh, you really get the pears in here. I really like the pear note in this one. That's a good pear. And a little bit of honey. There's a touch of honey. It's not overly. It's not like real strong honey. But it's really strong pear. A little bit of honey. The roasted pine cones. A little bit. It's a little bit underneath there. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of pears on that. So that's good. I like pears. And next is vanilla pine cones. And this is, sorry, I gotta hold it far away because I don't have my readers on. Sweet and creamy vanilla blended with roasted pine cones. So this is exactly what it says. Okay, so this, yeah, I do get vanilla. There's something different about this one. It just says sweet and creamy vanilla roasted with, or blended with roasted pine cones. It's kind of a different, there's a different note in that vanilla. There's some kind of different note that I'm not super crazy about in this one. It's slightly medicinal. Almost like bandages. Is that crazy? Have you ever smelled something that smells kind of like the bandage? A bandage, like a medical bandage? Something in there is just, it's not terrible, but it's like, there's a note in there that I'm not overly crazy about. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll change when it's warming, but it's not terrible, but I think that's my least favorite one so far out of all of them. I like the majority of them, but that was just kind of okay. So there's a different note there. I'm not so sure I'm crazy about. And then lastly, we have Oh Christmas Tree. And this is roasted pine cones and Palo Santo. A tad heavier on the Palo, but so good. Alright, so this, yeah, it is more Palo. And then a little bit of, just like it says, it's a little bit of that roasted pine cones underneath that Palo Santo. But it's nice though. Yeah, I think I like that. That's good. I would say that's probably, I like it, but it's probably my second least favorite. My least favorite was the vanilla pine cones, and then probably the oak Christmas tree. I don't know if I can rate them after that. Wow, what's my favorite one? Gosh dang, that's hard. Ew, I don't know if I can, there's so many. I think I liked almost all the rest of them pretty well, similar. I don't think one is standing out as that's a favorite over the other ones. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're all, the rest of them are good. I can't pick one that I just like over the other ones, more than the other ones. Yeah, I like the one that had the pear in it. I like the one that had the lavender. This Pinecones and Spice is really good. But the ones with the sugar, Pinecone Spice sugar cookie's good. The bourbon one. Yeah, the honey spice with the pear in there. The chai one. Yeah, those are all pretty good. Oh, hold on a second. All right, sorry. Had to turn my alarm off or it would keep going off. Okay, so that's my January pre-order haul. The roasted pinecone sampler and then the Pinecones and Spice small bag. So overall, I really like these. I think they're really good, so I'm excited to warm them and see how they do. I think I'll let quite a bit of them cure. I may try a few and see how they do. But the last order I had of hers, some of them did okay, some of them were fairly light. So I'm just trying to let most, I still have quite a bit of her last order I got back in October, I think. They should be good now though, because it's been, what, 3 months? Almost 4 months. So I need to pull some of those out and warm them again. But like I said, I've heard some people say they wait up to like 2 years or a year. Maybe not 2 years, maybe a year or so. So I don't know if I want to wait till another year. That's so hard to just put these away and wait a year. How do you do that? I mean, I know eventually if you have so much wax, you can just, I have plenty of Scentsy and other stuff too. It's not like I don't have anything to warm, but when you get them and they're new, you want to try them. It's so exciting because they smell so good and you want to warm them. It's so hard to just put them away and not warm them for a year. But we'll see. I might try a few and see how they do. So, all right. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all in our next video. Bye.